Have you ever wondered how your eyes see objects? Well, it's all thanks to light being reflected from an object into your eyes, which sends signals to your brain to form an image. But the person who discovered this relationship between sight and light was a Muslim man who lived more than 1,000 years ago. This is because the visual cortex in our brain flips the image the right way around. Ibn al-Haytham was not just a mathematician and scientist, he was also a philosopher. He made significant contributions to the fields of medicine, astronomy, and geography. He wrote more than 100 books, although only around 55 of them survived. Without Ibn al-Haytham's experiments, we would not have many of the fascinating inventions that benefit us today. For example, he invented the telescope, microscope, and photography. He was also the first person to use the scientific method, which is a way of solving problems by making observations, forming a hypothesis, conducting experiments, and drawing conclusions. The scientific method is still used today by scientists all over the world, and he was also the first person to realize that the earth is round. His name was Ibn al-Haytham, and this was not his only discovery. Please like, share, and subscribe for more amazing stories. Ibn al-Haytham was born in the 10th century in the city of Busra, in present-day Iraq. He was born during the period that is known as the Islamic Golden Age. This era was known as a time of outstanding achievements by Muslims from China to Spain in every field. We know very little about Ibn al-Haytham's childhood, but we do know that he was a very curious child. One story about his childhood shows how curious he was. When he was just 4 years old, his mother put him down for a nap. But instead of sleeping, he started looking around the house and asked his mom why things looked different from different angles. When he grew up, he continued to ask lots of questions and studied hard. Maths was one of Ibn al-Haytham's favorite subjects. He worked with equations all day. He also translated the works of famous Greek philosophers and mathematicians into Arabic. He became known as an important mathematician in Busra. The news of his intelligence even traveled to Cairo to Egypt. The Caliph Hakim of Cairo heard about Ibn al-Haytham's books and invited him to come up with a project to manage the flooding of the River Nile. So he eagerly made his way to Cairo. He spent many nights trying to figure out how flooding could be controlled, but he couldn't come up with an effective solution. And the Caliph Hakim wasn't always kind. Ibn al-Haytham feared for his life. So to save himself, Ibn al-Haytham pretended to be insane, but the Caliph Hakim had him locked up anyway, until Hakim died 10 years later. It is believed that Ibn al-Haytham wrote his most important book, Kitab al-Manazir, during his imprisonment. In this book, he noted that the passing of light into our eyes reflected by an object is what enables us to see objects. For example, when you see a bird sitting on a tree, light passes from the sun into your eyes through the bird and the tree. If either the sun, the bird, or your eye was covered, you wouldn't be able to see the bird. He also explained how we see colors. He said that white objects reflect all colors of light and black objects don't reflect any light. He also explained how shadows work, which helped people understand how light travels in straight lines. There were some theories at the time that light traveled through tiny holes in objects. But Ibn al-Haytham disproved this theory by showing that shadows still appear when a small object is placed between a light source and a surface. But Ibn al-Haytham did not agree. At the time, most scholars accepted the ancient Greek idea that vision came from an object entering the eye rather than leaving it. He also designed the pinhole camera, which was the earliest form of a camera more than 1,000 years ago. He believed in proving his theories through scientific experiment. He designed the camera obscura, which was a dark chamber that he used to explain the nature of light and vision. This proved his theory. In his book, he described how the image formed on the retina of the eye is inverted, but we still see upright. So next time you look up in the sky or pick up a book, remember Ibn al-Haytham and his amazing discoveries. Thanks for watching.